Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nay. Today I wanted to do a video about my top 6 motivational books that have changed my life. So I'm gonna start off with the 4 Agreements. I read this book last year. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz. There's 4 agreements are what they are called. And the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And it's really good, and it's more of a wisdom book just to know these certain things, and it helps you communicate better with other people. It's like more of a self-help book, like a personal growth book, more for like your personality and who you are, and it kind of makes you a brighter person. I actually read it on the way to California. I'm from Florida, and it was like, I think like a 5 or 6 hour flight, and I read the whole book, and I really liked it. I'm actually probably going to be reading it again sometime soon to look at things a little bit differently from a different point of view, and it helps you kind of understand, you know, what you're thinking at the time and like how to deal with people, and I just think it's a really all-around great book. The second one is my holy grail. It's my favorite one. If you don't like reading, you can actually watch this documentary on Netflix. It's called The Secret by Rhonda Burns, and if you haven't heard of this, pretty sure you're living under a rock, but it's gotten really big now that social media is pretty big. But it's basically about the law of attraction, and it talks about the history behind it and the past and people that actually believed in it, which is pretty crazy. Plato, Beethoven, you know, Einstein, all these huge people, and you know, if they believed in it and these big historical figures, I think that it's worth a try. And I know that a lot of celebrities believe in it, and it's basically like a law, like, you know, the law of gravity. This concept called the law of attraction, it's basically what you think about, like your thoughts are your reality, and you create your reality. Some people think it's a load of like BS, but if you actually just try it for a month, and I'm telling you, your life will change. I found this book, or I actually watched the documentary first. The documentary is basically the same as the book, if not like exactly the same. But I found it about 2 years ago. That's where I get a lot of my motivation from, the law of attraction and the concept behind the book. There's a few other books that she wrote about it, and there's a lot of like YouTube videos. I actually have a video on it called The Law of Attraction. I think I put like the steps to increase your vibration, and that is basically like what you think you become. You can manifest whatever you want into your life easily than if you had a lower vibration. So you should definitely go check that video out. Another one that I read, this was like my first self-help book that I ever read. I actually just went into the library and just found one, and it says on it like 6 million copies sold. So I was like, okay, well this can't be too bad of a book, and I was right. This book is amazing. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. This book basically helps you not be afraid of your goals and kind of understand and help implement things that you have in your mind and to just do it. It's a very motivational book, and it's a really easy read. Basically saying that like how to succeed and like be positive and just think big and outside the box, and don't be afraid to go for what you want, and tells you basically how to do that without like fearing, if that makes sense. So this is definitely a great book. Another book that I read, which is kind of similar to that one, is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero or Sincerco. I don't know how to pronounce it. I actually found this book from a YouTuber that I watch. This book is honestly amazing. It puts you in a different mindset. That other book, The Magic of Thinking Big, kind of helps you start thinking big and start like getting motivated to do the stuff. This book makes you do the stuff. It helps you like understand why you're thinking certain things and why you're not living and fulfilling your dreams the way that you should be, and it helps you go and like basically pushes you to do it. All about action, and I think this is a really great book. This is the most recent book that I have in this whole book haul, so I would definitely check this one out if you're like more into like more of the recent books. This is not really a book, it's more of like, I don't know if you would call it like a Bible kind of thing. It's called Find Your Happy by Shannon Kaiser. And they're daily mantras. Each day you open it and there's a mantra in it. So today is January 24th. Phrase at the top, it says, my stress is trying to tell me something. Then it explains to you. So it says, you may be overwhelmed and working too hard. If you feel stressed, this is an indication of imbalance and your life is not flowing. Instead of trying to get it all done and work hard to make something happen, consider a more playful, fun approach. When you add joy to your routine, your stress levels go down. It tells you underneath that a quote of like kind of what you should be thinking right now, that you should like say out loud and kind of manifest. And it says, I remove all unnecessary worry and tasks from my life. I choose to focus on adding more playful energy to my stressful situation. This helps me get out of my own way so I can be more productive and playful. And then it asks you a question at the end so you can kind of figure out what your next steps are to accomplish this mantra. And it says, where can I add more play into my life? So I just think this is really great. It starts your morning off perfectly. Every day is different. It's so motivational. It's so inspiring. I think this girl is amazing. This is a great book and you can do it every single day and keep repeating it and keep reading it every single year. It's like such a great thing. It's like 1 page a day and it's just so great. It helps me feel so inspired and motivated for the morning. Last book I have is Kate Hudson's Pretty Happy. This book is really a beautiful book. You know how like celebrities do like those diet and exercise books all the time? This is more of like how she stays so happy. And if you know anything about Kate Hudson, her mom Goldie Hawn and her are very, very happy all the time. They're always smiling. They're always positive. You know, they're always just like such a great energy. And this book kind of goes into how she does that. It does include diet and exercise, but it also includes like meditation, how to remain positive, like all these great tips that she learned from her mom and learned throughout her life. And I just think it's such a great book, and I feel like she's such a great person and it's like your mentor through like this whole book, and I think it's a great concept and I really, really highly recommend this book. So that is all for my top motivational books. If you guys have any motivational books that you guys want to share, please link it down below. I love finding new books, especially self-help books. They're like my favorite. I really, really appreciate that you guys watched this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of video, and I will see you guys all in another video. Bye guys. College hacks that I've learned. I am a recent graduate. I got my degree in business management from the University of Central Florida.